First game that I started was in the Southern, well, it was in the Cotton States League, and Hot Springs is in that league, and it's only 50 miles from Little Rock where I was born and raised. Well, they put me in to relieve 3 innings, and I struck out everybody I faced, 9 guys. Did it again, I struck out everybody I faced. So then they give me my first start. It's in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Here's all my buddies, right? Everybody's coming down to see me pitch, right? Everybody from Little Rock, the thing's packed. I strike out the first 9 guys, right? No problem. I'm on. I'm with everybody. So then it happened. It came out. The first guy gets first pitch. He gets a little nubber, you know. Next guy gets a little nubber, right? Next guy come up, hits one pretty well, and then the next guy comes up and he puts it out of the ballpark. I can hear it going through the trees, you know. And Willis Hudlin, I don't know if you remember him. He was with Cleveland a long time. He was a pitching coach, which was a pitcher. And he came out, and the catcher came out, and he says, "Hey Frank," he says, "what happened?" He says, "He lose it or what?" He says, "I don't know, Hud, I ain't caught one yet." I felt like crying. I was gonna just leave, you know, let me out of here. I got so mad, I took the rosin bag right on the ball, rubbed it all off, and I wound up through the rosin bag. Smoke went flying, catcher turned and hit the umpire, and he went over. Needless to say, they ran me, and it cost me $25.
A lot of money in those days.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of money.
John, your note in the paper said you came to Jamestown for rehab. Well, what had happened?
I used to pitch run a lot. And they had put me in the pinch run, and I slid into second to break up a double play, and I got my knee tore up. So they sent me, had it operated on, and they sent me here without only like 20-something days left in the season. So they sent me here to more or less rehab, just maybe pitching a few games or whatever. And I heard a lot about Jamestown when I came here. You know, the best part, the best place to play ball in the Detroit chain is around. We had a lot of fun down south, but this was really a class operation. Field, bleachers, stand.
That's what the girls do.
I'm telling you, Price come out.
Jackie Price. Al, what was his name? Al. Jack. Yeah.
Those guys could do things with baseball. That Price, he was unreal. He'd hang upside down and hit the balls.
Yeah.
He'd catch it this way, that way. He'd open his fly, catch the ball on the fly, you know.
Yeah.
And he'd go, oh, I can't say that. Yeah, I can't. He'd be throwing the balls back out, he'd dump me go.
Great, didn't get that stuff overnight either.
No, that's right.
Well, every ball player would be trying to do the things. I'd seen him at Little, yeah, I'd seen him at Little Rock when I was a kid, so I used to monkey around, and you'd get 2 balls in your hand, and you'd throw the guys side by side, and you'd stack them this way, then throw them over, then get 3 balls. Then throw 3, then get 3 this way, and then throw 2 them like that, you know. And he had a gun. I don't know if you guys remember, he had a compressed gun, compressed air.
Yeah.
He'd shoot that ball, and boy, I'd go out, I knew what he'd do, so I'd make sure I got in the right place. I'd get out in the outfield, and I knew that was gonna start happening. And it'd go right out of the lights.
Go right out of the lights.
Looking and looking and
Right.
looking, all of a sudden you think you see it, and you're not for sure. Phew. That thing was tough to catch. This guy'd get in a Jeep, and he had a leather that he tethered his leg to the Jeep, and he locked the steering wheel, and he'd shoot this thing up in the air, not out of the lights, but he'd shoot it quite high, and then he would drive the Jeep, and he'd get right there and he'd hang out with that Jeep going, he'd catch that ball. I never saw him miss one. Driving the Jeep, then he'd tumble out of the Jeep and let the Jeep keep going, and he'd run all that stuff. But he could do things. He'd take a baseball bat, and when I was in Greenville, I got to throw to him, you know, and he'd get you a certain distance. He'd play catch with you to get the speed he wanted, you know, and he'd throw that speed, right? And I'd get the speed right, he'd say, okay. He'd hit the ball off the knob, he'd hit it off the end, hang it upside down, right? Throw the ball behind his head, and he'd hit it this way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see me trying that one.
What was his professional background? Do you remember, John?
Yeah, he played with Cleveland.
He played for Cleveland. How old was he when he was doing all of this?
He must have been late, I don't know, when you're 17, everybody looks older.
Yeah.
I thought 28 years old, they were in a wheelchair, you know.
About 40, wasn't it?
Must have been close to 40.
I saw Jackie Price when he was
Who
a
do you
ball
play the
player
people?
in the Pacific Coast League.
Oh, did
I was in the
you?
Navy, and we went to a doubleheader out there. I think it was the Hollywood Stars against Los Angeles, I believe. And he played for one of them, and he put this act on as a young guy.
Is
Not
that
as good as
right?
what you're talking about. In the beginning, in between the doubleheaders. And he was
Wow.
trying to become a clown, but he was a ball player then. He played.
I saw him in every league I played in. I saw that guy, and when I saw him, I'd run up and I'd tell him I'd throw to him. You know, you threw a big four, didn't you? He would remember you. Not your name, but he remembered. You know, and,
The speedy was good.
yeah, he wanted everything consistent. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think a lot of guys like that. No, people used to vote on their favorite ball player. You know, who was the most
Yeah,
popular.
exactly.
This, that, and the other.
Yeah.
When I first went down there, I was so young that I was kind of a darling, you know. And I think the first 4 or 5 games I had like a 1.3 earned run average. And, I was leading the league in earned run and stuff. And I was averaging hitting about 1 guy a game in 2 fights. That's no joke. I'm telling you the truth. They hit about, I think the 5th game I started, the headlines in the paper says "Fight Night Tonight, Venables." But if a guy got a good hit off me, he hit a home run, the next guy just said, "Well, sit down."
That's right.
Yeah, did the coaches teach you to throw at them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they would tell you to throw at them, I mean.
It
Yeah.
costs you money if you don't.
That's right.
That's right. Cost you money.
Yeah.
I had this one guy go 3 for 3 off of me in one game. He hit the ball hard. The next guy got knocked down 3 times. Come up the 4th time, and he wasn't even hardly in the box. As far as salary, I worked up, I get about 800
Whoa.
every 2
Big
years.
time.
Yeah. Well, I played ball over Venezuela, so,
You did?
yeah, winter ball over there.
I never knew that,
What
John.
kind of an experience was that?
It was crazy. They blew the bus up after about 2 months, and I came home. I'm so good. I ain't kidding. You know what they do? The ball's hit to the outfield. They bet. The guy's betting he's going to catch it. People in the staff bet peso. I bet this. I bet he's not. You know, they're fanatics. They're crazy.
John, did you ever run across this where they pass the hat when you hit a home run?
Oh yeah.
Okay, tell us
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of southern.
The guy hit down south. The guy hit a home run or something. They'd pass the hat and they'd give him the money. You know, for that. The pitcher
Yeah.
pitched a shutout or a no hitter. Same thing.
Right.
Me and Frank Shell, when I first went to Greenville, he was the second team catcher and I wasn't supposed to be a starter. And we roomed together and I worked my way in to start in the rotation. And I pitched, out of the first 4 games, I pitched 3 shutouts. So I got steak dinners from this Doe Steakhouse. I used to take Frank with me, you know. And then he gets into the lineup later on, he hits 40-something home runs. Leads the league in hitting. And every time he hit and out of his 40, 30-something were in Greenville. And so he got a steak dinner, so he's got to take it me. I only pitched like 5 or 6 shutouts all year, and I ate steak all year.
We're out the way. Let's again, John, thank you very
Yeah.
much.